All right, guys, this is Bo and Michael here with the Comic Cave doing another Comic Cave interview. Today on Skype we got Danny J. Quick. How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing good, y'all. I appreciate you having me on, man. I got me nervous. This is new territory for me. I don't do a lot of interviews and stuff like that, so I appreciate it.
Not a problem, not a problem. We enjoy having you on here. I guess first off, let's just get a little background, who you are, what you're about, and what's the plans for this Fourth Wall and Ace Blade.
Oh man, well, for those who don't know me, I'm Danny J. Quick. I like to tell people I'm a Christian, a husband, a father, a writer, and then everything else comes after that. So, Mike knows I write Ace Blade. Ace Blade is our lead character at Fourth Wall Productions. He helped us out with the second book. He did some inks, those pages that you got back there behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Lance was nice enough to step in and help us out with those books, and we're trying to build something from the ground up. Right now, we're working on the third Ace Blade book. The first two books are out, and they're actually free right now for anybody who's listening. If you want to check them out, go on our website, and you can get those two books for free. But we're just trying to do something new, trying to build up new stories and new characters that people love, because I love comics, and I know y'all love comics. I watch our show, all the time, and I know y'all love comics, so hopefully it's something that y'all can enjoy too.
Definitely, I enjoyed it. I got the two free. Michael was telling me, he said, "You guys, there's two free." I was like, "Okay, let's get the two free on here." So I downloaded them. I think I had a day off from work, and I was like, "Let me read these." I was like, well, "This is pretty good. I like this." So I really, I like the total different type of character that I'm not used to seeing in a comics, and that's what I really thoroughly enjoyed about it. Something just a random normal guy who's not normal because he's the best fighter in the world, but still just a rather normal guy. Like some bad stuff went down, I gotta take charge of the situation, and just the whole take from it. I like that because you don't get that in a lot of comics from our past of the 80s and 90s and even before that and today. You don't get that normal. It's always something had to happen really bad and they had to be mutated or something. I like just the normal guy aspect of it. Is that what you was trying to go with it, or what was the background for Ace Blade?
Yeah, well, with Ace Blade, we wanted to really set the foundation for everything. Like, in order to build a house or in order to build anything, you have to have a good, solid foundation. And Ace Blade is a straightforward vigilante. He doesn't have any powers.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a man. He's trying to do the best that he can in his situation. And like through the events that happen in the book, he, kind of inherits this role of, protector of his city. So, that's exactly what we're trying to do with it. We want to ground it, first before we get into the space aliens and
definitely
all of the powers and all that kind of stuff. So it's really just an introduction into everything that we're trying to do. And Ace Blade is going to be the just a solid foundation for the rest of the universe that we're building.
That is awesome. That's awesome, and I do like the color scheme. By the way, I like the purple. I don't know what it is. You don't see a lot of, they got Hawkeye. You always talk about his wearing. They make fun of him, but this one, it looks good on him. It really does.
Man, that purple, I don't know, something about it, man. That purple is dope. I like it too.
Yeah, it is really awesome. What is the future? What do you think you're going to go with him? How are you going to plan? You have any ideas what you're going to plan to how his story's going to evolve?
Yeah, we got a couple of things up our sleeve. We already have about 5 years of stories written between all of our characters. We got something like 30 something characters that we have ready to produce. It's just comics take, for independent people, comics take time to make. So we have the stories laid out and we know where we want to go on them. So Ace Blade kind of transforms from a vigilante to a leader to a friend of other heroes, and then
Like
I mean, I'm not gonna go too far. I'm gonna take too much.
well, no, just enough to keep us going here. Because I was like, I read that and I said, it's only two of them. I'm like, I want more. I was like, it's only two. I need more. So then now I gotta wait for the third one. When is the third one gonna drop out? I think you moved your timeline up. Did you not?
Yeah. We were gonna shoot. We're gonna start the Kickstarter in October, but everything that we wanted to get done to prepare for the Kickstarter, we've already done. Now we're doing, interviews with you guys and stuff like that to try to spread the word a little bit. So the new date is the 19th of September. We got Greensboro Comic-Con coming up this weekend if the hurricane lets us, and then we're gonna launch on that Tuesday. So, like I said, the book is just over halfway done. Mike knows Wally McNair. He's drawing it with us, and the guy's just amazing. So
we got some of Wally's work in here, and it's awesome.
Amazing. Wally's a good dude. So he's he's knocking pages out, and then my colorist and in California, Richard Cardoso. He's a good guy too, man. This guy lives and breathes colors. He'll get so deep into a conversation about color warmth and like terminology that I'm like, look, guy, I just wanted to look good. I appreciate the history lesson, but I just want the book to look good. So
you got a good idea. You give it to him. He's like, well, we can do these 3 shades of color. I'm like, okay, sure.
It's like, explain this purple, but what purple is it? I'm like, look, I just
oh, a typical man. I know it's purple and it's purple. I don't know the in-betweens. But that is awesome. How about inspiration? I know you got Ace Blade and it had to come from somewhere. What inspired you to create Ace Blade? Where did that come from?
Well, what happened was I was working this job with a young guy named Christoph Hollers back in 2007, 2008, and we were just talking about comic books. And he told me that he actually had this character Ace Blade that he created a long time ago. He got a copyright and he got all this stuff for it, but he wasn't doing anything with it. So I just asked him, I was like, yo, I've been trying to write. Like, I want to be a writer. I want to, do that. So if you let me, I want to try to write a story for him. So that night I went and I was just writing. My wife, I was up late. I was just writing stories, writing down ideas. And it just felt like God was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So, and I really just got inspired from that. And then, I actually got deployed to Iraq couple of months after that, and the whole time I was there, I was able, when I did have free time, to keep writing notes and keep building the universe around them. So it really just felt like what I'm supposed to be doing, and putting myself into these characters and putting friends and family stories and stories from the war and stuff like that. It just feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. So it doesn't feel like the thing that they say about it not feeling like work. When it's doing something it's supposed to be doing, that's the truth right there. I never knew how much truth was in that until I started doing it. So that's how it is, man.
In your writing, so I love to write, and I love to write, and I love the different stories. And one inspiration I tell a lot of people is Edgar Allan Poe. I love the details he had, that your mind just wonder how weird it was. Who do you have? Who was your inspiration for your writing? Your style, you would like to, something that inspired you as a child and through your teenagers into your adulthood?
Writing, I would say, writing Maya Angelou, because she had a way of inspiring with her words. She chose words carefully, and she used them to inspire, but also give people a glimpse into another reality that they may not be familiar to. But in comics, I'd say Todd McFarlane, of course.
That's one of our favorites.
Dwayne McDuffie is when I watched this Justice League stuff, it was just like on a whole nother level. It was like putting so many character elements together and making the characters actually care about each other. Yes, it was really an inspiration. So
you could tell
that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell when you read his stuff. You can see the in depth of it, how they just mingle. They kind of, I don't know how to explain it. They just kind of like they belong together. And I've read some stories of some other writers, won't talk about them, and it was just like they did not, like these two characters should not be in the same book together. They should be separate.
Right.
Like there was no chemistry at all. And you got to have chemistry. Definitely, chemistry is the word I'm looking for.
You got to. The characters are what make the story. If you don't have effective characters, if your characters don't have a purpose, then the story doesn't mean anything because it doesn't even seem like, you can't just have a person drop down out of space and say, okay, I'm going to destroy the planet. Why do you want to destroy?
Exactly.
Why are you destroying the planet? You have to have a purpose in order for the stakes to relate to the audience. So that's an important thing.
It's like I call it the Superman effect. I love Superman as one of the favorite characters, but to be he because he's the first one. He's one of my favorite because he was the first ones we grew up as a kid. But he is no depth. It is a two-dimensional character. Like you said, he dropped down out of space and there he is. And
I mean, they tried to do some stuff with Superman. I've always hated Superman. I mean, I like the cartoons coming up, but as an adult, I can't really get with Superman. It's just like his powers change whenever he wants to, and
he's so overpowered, it's ridiculous.
I'm like, it's crazy, and I got the character King Supreme, who is an all powerful being, but because I ain't with him.
No, but that's what I was getting to. Superman is that two-dimensional character, and when you read any of the stuff, it has no depth. It has no life. And you got to have a good, characters got to have good chemistry, a good story, depth to them. Do you feel for the character that you're reading there? Not just something not just a drawing on a page. Yeah. And I have a Superman comic in here I've had for years. Nobody wants to buy it because it's worthless junk. And that's just how it is. I'm tempted to burn it because it says it's the Man of Tomorrow. That's the one I have. So, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean,
because it has no depth. It's beautiful artwork, but there's no depth. It's sad. And I was reading Ace Blade. I like the depth you had on it with the Ace, with him and his backstory and his family, and then now he's a loner. He's got to be on his own to do it his way, and I like that. We were discussing the Arrow TV show when we got in here, how the season 1. I liked it because he had no ties. It was himself, and it led to a better story to me. Because it's a one-man job, and it gives more back. You get more character and backstory. And with Ace Blade, I found that same situation. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something similar. I mean, we have the novel out, so there's some stuff that I can tell, but the and Mike knows me. I'm horrible at keeping secrets anyway. So it'll be a battle for Ace Blade to accept people coming into his life again, and you'll see even in the first book why he's kind of hesitant of having people coming around, especially when he starts accepting this mantle of hero. Why he's a little more hesitant about people coming into his life and attaching himself to people. Yeah. So I agree with you.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait for the third book. I'm just going to tell you that now. Mm-hmm. I've been needing something to read. Mike's gave me a couple things, some things I normally don't read, and I'm like, well, I want something else. So, but I can't wait for it. And the Comic-Con, so you're going to be in Raleigh? Greensboro, sorry. Yeah. In Greensboro, in the next Comic-Con, hopefully if Irma doesn't take us all out with her. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Are you going to be in Durham in November, too?
In November, we haven't gotten the invite back to Durham yet, but like this past weekend was when they called us for Greensboro, and I know the same people run it. So hopefully, if we do well at this show, I'll be able to talk to Alan and the guys and see if they can squeeze us in Durham. I definitely will be there. I love that show, and if they'll be gracious enough to have us, then I'll definitely be there.
I think because aren't you going to Durham also? Yeah. One or both of us is trying to go to Durham. I have work schedule because my work's pretty strenuous.
I think Durham's about one of the best shows I've been to in a long time.
It's a really good one. It's a really good one. That's why it filled up so fast. We weren't able to go last year, so we didn't get the advanced email. But hopefully I can bug Alan or Jeremy enough, or Eric or whoever I got to call enough to get in there.
Yeah. Definitely bug all you can. Just get in there.
If y'all call them and tell them, hey, we need Danny at NC Comic Con, I'm sure they'll do it.
Definitely. And Mike might know them more than I do. Because I do not know. Mike?
You got any plans to bring back and do anything else for Annihilation Day?
Man, we want to do. All right, so Annihilation Day is the story that we've written for all of our characters to converge. All right, so we have a lot of crossovers in between now and the 5-year story, but we have Black Scorpion and Lumberjacks and King Supreme and Queen Zajay and all these other characters. We want to have a central point where every character meets up and then gets to the point where we do all the team up stuff. So until then, there's not a point where everybody really comes together and has to fight together for anything. So yeah, we're keeping Annihilation Day, but we're gonna focus on doing Ace Blade for now, and then you'll see Black Scorpion, the manga is gonna come out soon. Lumberjacks, he's got a novel coming out really soon also. So we're just gonna we're gonna play it. We're gonna keep building up until we get there. And but yeah, we're keeping Annihilation Day because that story is too great. It's probably one of my favorite stories that we've written, and we're definitely gonna keep it. It's part of the timeline, but just when we get to it is the real question.
It's hard when you're doing it by yourself, and you it's only a handful of you doing it, man. But that's also anything. You got anything else?
Not unless you do.
No, I'm good. Danny, I want to thank you so much.
I got some questions.
Go ahead.
I got questions for y'all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got questions, man. So I hear y'all are trying to upgrade the studio. Y'all gonna get a green screen coming in there. So how can I get the art on the wall then? If y'all aren't gonna have it anymore, I got a studio. I want to see if I can get it.
Get the art on the wall on the green screen, or you want the art behind us?
Art behind you. I need to get those original pages.
Oh, you got to talk to the man that owns them here.
I'll send it your stuff, man. I'll send it to you.
No, I'm just playing with you guys. But like I said, man, I appreciate you having me on. I'm just anxious to get this going, and I like I said, I appreciate you having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming. Yeah, definitely. We enjoy getting guests on like this all the time, because it's hard to come by. People just don't want to go, we don't want to mess with it and talk to people. But I enjoy talking to people who are artists or trying to get their what they want, their envisions out there, and for other people to see what they like to see, and that is awesome. So I know Mike, for me and Mike definitely, because we've been working all this. Weeks now we've been working on different for a while, and so it's just trying to get that out there is hard, but we love it.
Yeah.
So, and I can see you have that same passion and love for what you do, so that is awesome.
Definitely. Ooh, let me give you a shot of the setup for the show real quick before you go.
Oh yeah,
if
sure.
I can turn this camera around. Can I turn it around? Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
So this is what we got. This is what we got for your viewers. Special.
Oh, that's
I was
awesome.
working on the setup. I got the original art here. This is all stuff that's going to be available for the Kickstarter. All of these comics and all this original art, that's some of the stuff that's going to be put up for the Kickstarter. So Greensboro Comic-Con next week, come out and see me. We'll be there. Definitely.
Are you going to have some of those shirts there?
Man, I won't have any shirts, but, those are in the process of getting made. Probably at the end of the month I'll have
I love those shirts.
Those shirts were awesome. I actually did like them. I don't care what anybody said. I liked every one of those shirts.
Yeah.
So even the one with the abs.
I get them. I'll put you aside a couple. Don't even worry about it.
I like the one with the abs. I was like, I feel like I'm in shape. I wear that. I was like, I gotta go put those cupcakes.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Danny, we thank you so much for coming on with us, and good luck to you, and best of luck to you, and I hope it gets far better, and I hope you blow up, and everybody has an Ace Blade in their house.
Appreciate it, both, Mike. I'll talk to you next time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. See you.